re tsana mo legatong la bobedi la thulaganyo re bitsa re ke vitals na ke bidwa Thabiso Tshwenyana ke tshwareletse ke a leboga dihutso bo e leng gore ga yo mme re tsweledisa thulaganyo re lebetse tsone dikgantse tsa the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia and Biphobia mme re tabogela ko lehatsheng la Namibia ko e leng gore mo tsela maabane tota the Supreme Court of Namibia unanimously pronounced against the unconstitutional denial of immigration status to non-Namibian spouses in same-sex marriages. Maybe the judgment was delivered by Judge Shivute, set aside the High Court. Well, actually, the judgment which was delivered by Judge Shivute set aside the High Court decision of May 2021 and ordered the government of Namibia to recognize marriages concluded outside Namibia, regardless of their sexual orientation. Maybe the High Court recognized Daniel Digashu and Sela Lilies as spouses as per the Section 21, as per Section 2 of the Namibians Immigration Act of Act number 17 of 2006. May we khanteleke nilele a sit down lene Daniel Digashu, who is actually from South Africa. Meona batla gonna ko lehatsheng lone la Namibia together with the husband. Me go tshimologo ba ile gore they were denied immigration status gone go lehatsheng leo mme ke gone go bua le ene just to hear the reaction tsa gagwe le gore o ikutlwa jang motsamong mo ruling e leng gore e diragetse yena mme khantele na re ke bua le ene ba bua jana mme potso ya ntlha e leng gore ke ne ka mo ibotsa hela ine le gone gore a re bolelle gore how was his initial reactions to the ruling and what really it means for him and other same-sex couples in Namibia. Me o tshwaetse ka tsela entseng jana.
Thank you, Thabiso, and good evening to you and your listeners. My initial reaction, I was overcome with a lot of emotion. I mean, due to this having taken so long to get to this point, and the fact that it was such a positive and monumental outcome, just made it even more emotional. I remember I was working when I got the news, and I shared it with my colleagues at the Southern Africa Litigation Center, and everyone was just so overjoyed because this took so much of everyone's time, resources, and support. And I think we didn't realize, we knew it was huge, but we didn't realize the full magnitude of the matter. And it means absolutely the world. It means a little bit of freedom for the LGBT plus couples and the LGBT plus community in Namibia as a whole. I think this is such a massive win for everybody.
The Supreme Court's judgment highlighted the importance of recognizing equal worth of all human beings. Do you really think this ruling will contribute to the overall fight for equality rather and dignity for the LGBTQI plus individuals in Namibia?
Thabiso, I just feel like that is all we've been asking for, just to be treated equally like humans with dignity and respect. And I think this judgment solidifies that the fact that what we've been seeking for is actually not unreasonable at all, after all. So I think this will help with the future fights and movements for the LGBTQI plus community in Namibia. And I think we can all look back and refer back to this very judgment and say, wait, but Supreme says. I think it's a great tool that will be useful in the future.
Great. Can you really explain the difficulties faced and the impact this denial that I just spoke of and what impact really did it have on your lives over the past years? And I believe that this was it has been 7 years since you tried to get the immigration status kako lahatseng la Namibia. How did this really impact you, because it also included challenging the constitution of Namibia?
Sure. Yeah, it has been challenging. It's been a difficult journey. It's been traumatizing. It has been absolute torture. But regardless of that, we've made so many connections, so many people that we've met that are in support of this fight, and for that we remain grateful. But yeah, the impact this has had on our relationships has been, I can't even begin to explain it. I've had difficulties with travel, with doing what an ordinary person is allowed to do, because of being permanently on a visitor's visas, which alone has its own conditions and limitations. And I know I speak for myself and Anita in saying that the idea of uncertainty. You don't know what to do. You don't know if you should invest, if you should buy this, if you can't, because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. So it has been a very challenging journey, and I think I speak for everyone in saying that we are very grateful that we are at this point with the judgment that we got.
Great. The court stated that the differential treatment of spouses breached the constitutional rights to equality and dignity. How significant is this recognition by the court in terms of safeguarding the rights of same-sex couples and preventing discrimination in Namibia?
This is going to have such a huge impact, and this is a very important point that was raised, and in so doing, the court provides us with some sort of security and safe space, and our place in society, which is what we've been wanting. We were not asking for much more than look at us and accept that we are married, and where we come from, this is recognized. So we are legitimate spouses, and we deserve spousal rights just like any other married couple. So this is very important, and it provides for some safety and security.
Obviously, this judgment doesn't only speak to you and your husband. What other benefits, or should I say, what does it really mean to the rest of the LGBTQI plus community in Namibia?
Yes, this ruling does benefit everyone else who's already married, who's Namibian and married to someone from a foreign country, just like myself and my husband, and Anita and Annette, who are German and Namibian, and in my case, my husband is Namibian, I'm South African. So any relationship, any marriage that already looks like that already gets the same benefits as us. And it sets such great precedents for the LGBTQI plus community in Namibia, and the movements that are already in existence and the fights that are already in existence. As I mentioned, one could go back to the ruling and the judgment and reference to its points. And it affects a lot of things. I think we still need to sit and study this judgment as a community and see which parts of the movements and fights it will have great benefit.
Daniel, how crucial is this for the how crucial is it rather for the judiciary to prioritize constitutional principles when addressing cases relating to equal rights and issues of decriminalization?
Fortunately, Thabiso, for the Namibian constitution, it is so well put and so well written, and it provides no room for discrimination. And I think the judgment was so well written to highlight those points that our constitution actually wants. All it aims for is to protect all human beings and to, rebuke discrimination, however that might look, regardless of gender, race, sexual orientation even. So I think it is very important that we look at this from that perspective to protect everyone equally and to grant everyone equal rights, and to not discriminate, just like the constitution emphasizes, the constitution here in Namibia.
Great. Your legal team represented you and fought for your rights throughout this process. Can you tell us more about the challenges encountered and the role that they played in achieving this victory?
Yeah, our legal team was wonderful. We had involvement of great organizations such as SALC that assisted in this history that was made. I think the biggest challenge that they must have faced, the legal team, was the nature of our court case, because nothing has been in the courts since 2001. Stand to be corrected when they dealt with the Frank case, which is a historical case as well. And another one would have been to convince the courts that our matters are not the same as the Frank case, and to convince the court not to follow the same ruling when looking at our cases.
Awesome stuff. Looking ahead, what do you hope this ruling will lead to in terms of the broader legal and social changes for LGBTQI rights in Namibia and maybe beyond Africa?
I hope this ruling opens doors of possibilities and opportunities for the LGBTQI plus community in Namibia. And I hope there is a change of opinion really in society. I hope there's more acceptance and more tolerance, and I hope this brings about some desensitization to society and helps people see people, LGBTQI plus people, for who they really are, which are just children and sisters and brothers, and member of society who want to contribute, but who also want to be liberated and who want their freedom. So I hope this leads to a brighter, more better looking future for the LGBTQI plus community in Namibia.
Finally, Daniel, could you share a message of hope and encouragement for other LGBTQI plus individuals in Namibia who may be still facing discrimination or who are still fighting for their rights?
I would like to just say, you are not alone. We are in this together. There is someone out there who is like you, who knows what it's like to face discrimination and to fight for their rights. I would like to encourage the LGBTQI plus community in Namibia to hang in there. There is light at the end of the tunnel if this ruling has showed us anything. Seek community. Seek support from community members. We are in this together. We will win, and this is the first step towards that much bigger, much greater win. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much. That was Daniel Digashu, when what was a litigant in the case where we saw him and his spouse take to task melawana e leng gore e kare e gatella batho ga go Namibia re lebella gore o ne le motho le a nyetse motho wa rre outside le ha tsela Namibia me go tleng ga bone ko Namibia ba ntse ba hilwe gore nne ba sa bokgone go bona di permit gongwe tsa pereko le tse dingwe ka go harologana me ba kgonne go bona phenyo mo kganyenyong eno gore the Supreme Court of Namibia has ruled that immigration laws must also recognize same-sex marriages tse leng gore di dirilwe ko ntle ga Namibia. Me re tswala hana puisano yena ra tswala le thulaganyo on the other side of this motsotso pele ga ya tla ura ya bo roba bobedi.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the station, its management, nor its advertisers.